Yo, you know what? Shout outs to what is that? Dogfish.
Yeah, Dogfish Head.
Dogfish Head makes good
Shout
beer.
out, shout out to them. Yo, we need
60-minute.
sponsorships. 60
I see
minutes
it's not
out
the
beer.
90-minute today.
No, this is 60. Dude, this
I
is
hit
not.
niggas with that decanter shit. This is better than that 120.
Ooh.
I don't even. We're talking about spending money. When it comes to video games, right? What's the key factors of you purchasing a game? Are you basing it off of what a game reviewer score gives you? Or you're like, if you like a game a lot or enough that you don't give a fuck what score they give you? Like, what are something that gives you, those are key indications that give you, like, say, hey, it's a good game, I'm going to purchase it? Like, which one would you guys like? Is it something that has to do with the review or you don't follow the review?
I will go first, but I would like to say, guys, if you made it this far, I want you to hit that like button. I want you to hit that
Facts.
subscribe. I want you to tell your friends about us. I want you to shout out everyone that watches this podcast. I want to give a big shout out. I love you guys. Thank you for doing that.
We
can
want you
find
to
us-
write the podcast name on bathroom walls.
Write it on bathroom walls at the One Up Podcast everywhere. Even on your doo-doo, try to spell it out when you're taking a shit. Just try to like cursively take a dump. Anyways,
Full disclosure, we do not condone any tagging or graffiti on any public places, and we do not endorse that.
Yeah,
All right,
don't
go
do
ahead,
that.
so one thing that I would say that I relied a lot on in the past was GameSpot reviews. I used to be big on GameSpot. It used to be called videogames.com like a long fucking time ago. And then it changed to GameSpot. And I used to be big on buying magazines, EGM, PC Gamer, Nintendo's. I needed to know what these games were before I bought them.
You didn't list my favorite one. I was a Game Informer dickhead.
Oh,
Game Informer, yep.
a
The
Game
little
Informer.
magazines you get in Game Informer are pretty fire though too. I remember the magazines.
So a lot of times I needed somebody else to kind of like tell me what I needed to know about this game and why it was important or why I should play it. But I think that games are being made at such like a high level now. You don't really need a review to tell you whether you want to play that game or
You
not.
might. I'm
I
just saying
think-
you might.
I think it's complicated, right? Because like I don't always trust Metacritic scores. I think Metacritic's a good tool a lot of the time, but I don't always trust Metacritic scores. But as you said, not Game Informer, GameSpot used to be fairly trustworthy. I used to get behind their reviews, and then it started slipping a little bit, and I can't really go with them anymore. IGN is the same thing. IGN,
Ugh.
I feel like they've slipped a little bit in their reviews, especially their like movie reviews. Not gonna lie, they hate a lot of movies that I really enjoy. AV Club did the same thing. The only one that I kind of still like is Kotaku. I appreciate Kotaku because their review structure is kind of different. They don't give a score. They give a pros and cons list, and they break down things. They give you might enjoy this game if you like blah, and it's some kind of description of a different kind of game. Or I think it's a clever way to do it.
You think
Yeah.
you think they do that to aim you to play the other, like, for example, like if it was Dead Space 3, they do that for you so you can go play Dead Space 1 real quick? Like, is it something like that? Or
Yeah,
it's just,
There could be something like that. I mean, it's a good way to find other games you can enjoy. Because older games need love too. I'd still play a lot of older games. Shit, dude, I still fire up FTL every couple of months or so.
Yeah, I got to.
Jesus loves that game. Got it on his iPad. That man loves that game.
It's a good game, man.
I'm also an XCOM bitch. Yo, like I said, the next XCOM could get a 0 out of 10. I'd still buy it. And it's just like
Damn.
no review is gonna tell me. Actually, the Xbox XCOM came out with this Chimera Squad. It's so trash. It's
Oh, is it really?
so bad. Oh.
You should try to write to them. Like, yo, like, let me be a tester for y'all.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe
What's the
if
worst
they
that can
give me
happen? They tell
that,
you no.
yeah, if they give me the, I would love to throw some input in there. I'd
That'd be cool.
love that. Yeah.
So I think personally, if the game gets a good review, right? Anything 8 and above, I think it's a game that you should give it a chance.
But that's the problem when all they start only giving 8s out because they notice that they're like killing developers when they give them lower scores. They can only give a shitty score if it's obviously shitty. But I think they've noticed, like, yo, they're really hurting some of these developers
It,
by giving them bad scores.
is this like the boxing thing where you only get like eights, nines, and tens? Like no one gets lower than that on a round. Typically, it's just 8, 9, 10. That's what you get one of those three.
I didn't hear about that. That's crazy.
It's just the way the boxing goes. Basically, it's if you get knocked down, you get an 8. If you dominate the round, you get a 10. The other person gets a 9. Like that's tends to be the score. And there's outliers, right? But that's usually how a boxing match goes. It's a bunch of 10-9 rounds, then someone gets knocked down eventually. It's a 10-8 round if they get up.
Bueno. Doe, what do you do to prepare for like a rainy day? Do you like, get like a rain gear inside your pants? Like, what do you do?
Explain that again.
Are we tangenting back to the bike conversation?
A little bit.
You threw me off so much at first. I was like, where is this sentence going?
A little bit. A little bit.
I was like, he stocks up on a bunch of games because it's a rainy day. What is going on here, Tony?
A little bit. My bad. I was reading the fucking notes and I went back to talking about the bikes again. So what I meant to say is, when it comes to the games, right? I
was so confused. I was like, hold the fuck
up.
I was
reading
like,
the
what?
fucking notes. I didn't mark it. All right, just ignore that shit. When it comes to games, I used to go off of Game Informer and base it off of that, right?
What about the demo discs that you would get?
That too. Those are big, helpful ass ways to do it. But the score, right? To me, 8 and above is something that catch my interest. Unless it's like no, actually no, fuck that. No. Even they give Battlefield's high ass ratings regardless. There are a couple.
Pretty sure there's some SOCOMs that have gotten bad reviews that you have.
I don't think any SOCOM has gotten any bad reviews.
I'd be curious to like try to just like brainstorm a bunch of games that I've enjoyed and go and look at the meta scores on them or like the critic scores and see like, oh, are these actually all highly rated games or do I like some games that other people thought were trash?
I do that with movies, and I apparently have some of the worst taste in movies. I watched The New Guy on Netflix the other day, and I'm like, this movie is good. Let me look at what the Rotten Tomato is, like 10%.
Oh no.
I'm like, I like trash. Apparently, I love garbage.
I mean, that's fine. To each their own. But I don't think any game under 8 is worth to purchase. Like,
I don't think that's true.
Tina's Tiny World, whatever the fuck Borderlands game that is, it got a 7, right? Mateo's gonna get it regardless.
Yeah, 100%.
Me, not so much. I don't and it might be.
You don't play games with us anyways.
Just attack. I play games all the time. The problem is y'all boys playing these fucking Fire Team dick for Aliens, and then now y'all
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, now you're doing fucking Ghost.
Yo, don't talk down on the Ghost of Tsushima clan. Shout out
you see this shit?
to the Shaolin brothers. All we do is give people patas. Bam, foot over here. Bam, mad foots, mad feet. That's all we're giving people is
this
the
is
pata.
Terrible. This is terrible. You guys came up with a fucking name for y'all, all 4 of y'all, to play video games together?
No.
Call each other the Foot Clan.
The Foot.
We play footsies with each other the entire time. We go to dinner with each other, and then we just play footsies with each other.
They only wear those shoes that have the individual toes?
And then we lock.
With the wood clocks in the bottom or
we
whatever?
lock individual toes. And we see who has the grippiest toes.
Disgusting. But no, yeah, there's certain games they shouldn't put, like puzzle games and shit. That's not really my thing. That's more of your guys' thing. But and I want to know who is the dick who is these Metascore dicks? Like who put them in charge of giving the like it has to be one person giving these scores out for this company.
Well,
right?
the Metacritic score is like they grab all the scores and then they do an average of them.
But I'm talking about like IGN does a score, GameSpot.
When I was still reading GameSpot a lot, there were certain reviewers. I don't remember their names anymore. There were certain reviewers that if they gave a game like a low score, I'd be like, no, fuck that guy. That guy has some garbage opinions on games. You see him over there giving that last game that I liked like a fucking 4. Fuck him.
Oh, he's being okay. I see what you're saying. You're saying he's just a fucking hater. Like he doesn't have no taste.
There were certain reviewers that I was like, that guy's not worth my time. I can disregard his opinion.
And I think it's just because you liked the game and you didn't, and I guess you didn't want to see a negative impact on it.
Well, there's things like that, right? Like whoever, if you're running a magazine, right? You're running like a website, you're running a review channel, whatever the fuck, right? If Elden Ring, let's say we were a review site, right? Let's say that Elden Ring came out, right? That's not your style of game at all, Tony. We gave you that game to review. You're going to be like, it's a 2. It's the worst game. It's hard for people to get out of the games they like and actually review them honestly. I think is what it comes down to.
I think I would be able to give, like, I would give Elden Ring a solid 7.58. That's just my opinion. Yeah, people probably look at right now. People are going to listen to this and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yo, people would think you're a villain.
Yeah, they might. But I mean, and once again, it's not my game, but I like the ideal of the game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily have to be like a gun hole fucking game Elden Ring lover, but I respect the ideal of the game. Like that game is fucking dope. It has a lot of mixtures of different games into one. And it looks cool, honestly. Like I've seen a couple YouTubers and they love the game. I mean, they review it too. So I mean, and they all give it good scores. Like I think they got a 10 out of 10. Elden Ring, right?
A lot of people gave it 10 out of 10. A lot of people called it a masterpiece. I don't know if I'm full on board with that. It is a damn good game. I think it is a step up from Bloodborne. Although I miss a lot of the Bloodborne, like the darkness and like the how tight everything was. Like it was.
It's right underneath the cusp of World War Z.
No, it's not. You want to go? You feel good about that statement?
Yo, clip that shit. This is ridiculous.
Go put that on Twitter right now. Go tweet that out.
The man said that Elden Ring is right on the cusp of fucking World War Z. Jesus.
The premier zombie horde shooter.
Yeah. No. So for me, before I spend my money, I watch a lot of trailers. I watch a lot of video game trailers. I try to make sure that I focus on ones that actually have gameplay footage, because that bullshit where it's like just a pre-rendered scene for the entire trailer, that doesn't tell me anything.
I hate that.
Yeah. Trash.
I hate when games do that shit. I'm like, nah, don't get me with the oopty. I've gotten hit with the oopty and I've been like, oh. It was the worst. I've gotten so hype. Oh my god, my tits are hot for this game.
Damn.
This one doesn't work.
Just heating up your nipples, huh?
What is wrong with you? What are you sipping on? Because this
what is it? What isn't wrong with me, Tony? What's the question?
Yo, you know what? Shout outs to what is that? Dogfish?
Yeah, Dogfish Head.
Dogfish Head makes good beer.
Shout out to them. Yo, we need
60
sponsorships.
Minute.
60
minutes. It's not the 90-minute today.
Oh, the 90 is the red
60.
bottles.
No, this is 60. 90 is red, and then they have 120, but that's too much.
120.
Yeah, the 120 is rich. It feels like syrup when you're drinking it. It's good. I just can't do a lot of those. And they're also higher
percentage.
And you only get 4 bottles.
Damn.
Yep. And they charge more than no, they charge more.
It's like $19 or some shit. Like that's terrible. I'm like, yo, this is not an economy value. This is not
with that decanter shit. This is better than that 120. I don't even...
What
is that? Bacardi 151 in there? Gasoline.
Oh my god, I hope not. This is pure gasoline if it is.
This is this motherfucking JMO.
Yo, so just a real quick Ghost of Tsushima, 10 out of 10 game. all we're experiencing are bear attacks, which are like the bears be one hit killing you.
An Elden
When
Ring?
there's a no in Ghost of
Oh,
Tsushima,
Ghost,
so when
Ghost.
a bear comes out, everybody's like, "There's a bear!" Everybody starts yelling, "There's a bear!" So we all start to like tag team the bear and trying to like revive each other. Then you have the vomit / diarrhea enemy that just throws this shit at you and it looks like diarrhea.
When the
What?
fuck
And
did
we're
they
like,
add that? That shit
so
sounds
when you get hit with a bear and the diarrhea, it's over. Yo, yeah, it's over.
I do want to say this. Ghost is a beautiful, beautiful game. It's a very beautiful game.
I want to play the single player. I want to play the multiplayer too, but I want to play the single player.
It's free. Multiplayer is free. Claim it on the PS Plus. But I gotta be completely honest. It's through the multiplayer what made me want to play the single player. And the single player, I gotta be honest, is one of the most beautiful games I think I've ever seen.
I heard they
No, it
did a
is.
lot of really cool visual tricks to make it like seamless and to hide like some of the assets loading and things like that. They did a lot of really cool shit with that game, is what I heard.
Loading I've never had a game. You can take my invite from the main menu and be in my game in less than 10 seconds.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. I love shit like
So,
that.
yeah, I watch a lot of trailers. Kotaku is my go-to for reviews. There's a few people I follow on Twitter that I really trust their opinions. If they hype up a game, Crystal's one of them. Crystal got me to play Cyberpunk. Like her entire podcast episode talking about they were supposed to talk about the games of the year. They mostly talked about Cyberpunk. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. They basically talked me into buying the game. It was on sale that week too. So I was like, this is a good happenstance. This is convenient. And it's a good game. I'm enjoying it.
I know you know it's a good game too. Returnal got that co-op now.
Yes.
I want to try that shit.
I'm ready.
We should try it tonight though.
I'm down. I already platinumed the game. I just need to re-download it.
These motherfuckers love to add the platinum talk to everything.
Look at that little flex there.
Yeah.
The platinum flex.
The game. Bitch.
I don't need to play it anymore. But if you want me to play it, I'll play it with you.
So even if they get a 3-star rating, Mateo, and you seem like you like it, you would get it anyways.
It depends on the series. There, like Doey said, there's certain series that I would just buy. I love Borderlands. I miss Anthony Birch writing for it because I thought Borderlands 2 had the most fun dialogue and the most ridiculous shit that happened. Borderlands 3 was good. It just didn't meet what I wanted in a Borderlands game completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll buy the new Borderlands. Like I'm going to once it comes to Steam. I'm a little pissed off that they're doing the Epic exclusive thing again, but the rumor is that it's just going to be a week of Epic exclusivity. So hopefully that shit comes to Steam on the 31st or the 1st or something like that. There's certain series that I will buy. Like the developers behind FTL. Their follow-up game, Into the Breach. Into the Breach is good.
Really good. It's not as good as FTL, but it's really fucking good.
Yeah,
it's who's making that?
It's like
it was
FTL makers are making that one.
Yeah, they already released that one. That one released a couple of years ago. They're probably due for another game at this point, honestly.
It's on the Switch, Sony. If you have it's a good game to get on the Switch. It's called Into the Breach.
The Breach. All right, I'll check it out. I need
Unfortunately, FTL has not made it onto any handheld devices or consoles. It's fucking terrible.
Except for like iPads, right? I think it's on the
iPads. That's the only thing it's on. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's why Zeus bought an iPad, really, to play FTL.
I showed him FTL. I'm like, yo, you need to get a game. And he's like, what? And I'm like, you got to spend like $5-10 on it. And he was so on the fence. And I'm like, you got to do it.
And
he loved it. Yeah. He's like, I'm the captain of my ship.
That's how I felt, dude. The money I spent on FTL is some of the best value I've ever gotten out of money in all of gaming, all of my gaming history.
Yeah.
I've got hundreds of hours in that game and I paid like $10 for it. Like you can't ask for a better like money to like playtime ratio.
It's the same thing with Rocket League. When we all got it for free and we spent shit ton of hours on it, especially arguing. But Yeah,
lots of arguing.
yeah, plenty of fucking arguing.
Lots of, why did you hit that ball? I had it. It's like, you didn't say anything. How am I supposed to know
Yeah.
you had it?
You fucking whiffed.
Yeah, you're a fucking whiffer. So when did Kotaku become? Excuse me. When did if I'm saying it right, Kotaku become a spot for reviews? Like,
It's been a few years since I've been going there. But they just they're it should be said that they kind of work for like a shitty company. Like the big umbrella company that owns them was like a spin-off from like Gawker or something like that. Wasn't Gawker Media part of it at some point? Like
Yep.
the company like the umbrella company they work for is kind of shady.
Yes.
But I really like a lot of the writers they have. The writers they have are good. They care about putting out good content.
For sure. Yeah, they have a really shitty media company that owns them, and but it seems like most of the things under that umbrella are super positive, and they do a great job at what they do.
Yeah, I like The Root. I like Jalopnik. I like Kotaku. Those are my
Yeah.
3 big ones that I do out of their little umbrella.
But if you don't remember, Gawker is the one that got sued by Hulk Hogan for like the whole shit that happened. And I think they had to disband Gawker
Yeah, I think
altogether.
I forget the story, but I think like basically Gawker went bankrupt, and some venture capitalist company came in and bought up their subsidiaries, which included Kotaku and all the other ones. And that company is just kind of shitty because most venture capitalists are kind of shitty because all they care about is maximizing profit, and they don't give a fuck about anything else.
I mean, sounds just about right. I mean, other than like the score, right? Like, obviously, you guys say that just like not a lineage, but like a track record of you playing the game, part 1, 2, 3, or whatever. You automatically just get the next one, just like with Battlefield. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Obviously, I bought the next one, and I don't play it as much.
Huh. I mean, unfortunately, companies run franchises straight into the dirt. It sucks. It happened to Dead Space. It's happening to Battlefield, which I never thought would happen.
Yeah.
More of
Yeah,
a
that
reason to play Battlefield 5.
Oh my.
Yeah, I think that's like my rule of thumb though. Like I will put money into a franchise until I feel like I got burned.
2042, I got fucking burnt. I spent over $100 on the game and I got burnt. I will never purchase another EA product ever again.
That's my problem.
Pre-order.
With EA too. They need to do a rating every year on development companies like EA, fucking Blizzard, and all these fucking little.
Take-Two, their shit is egregious. Their
Take-Two was good though. The
microtransactions.
first one.
No, they
Wasn't
make
it?
the
What was it?
NBA 2K, they make the wrestling games, they make everything, dude.
Well, the wrestling games are good. Like, you guys like
I
the
think
wrestling games,
I
right?
think
I heard
Rockstar,
I heard the new one that came out is good.
yeah,
I've heard the
it has
2K22 is supposed to be solid.
Jesus got it. He says he likes it.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, they need to do a review on the companies and say, oh, this is the trash you've been putting out this year. Here's a 3 out of fucking 10.
Yo, Ubisoft is headed in that direction. They've been putting out nothing but fucking duds.
They need to drop a Splinter Cell. That's what they need to do.
I don't know if I would trust what they're going to do with Splinter Cell right now. It's going to be the open world Splinter Cell with 5 billion things on the map to do.
You mean
20
Ghost Recon?
and
Wildlands?
Exactly, dude.
That game, bro. I mean, we played it co-op. I mean, it was straight, but it was just too much. It was way too much.
You think Sam Fisher can still do those splits? Sam Fisher can't do that shit anymore, man.
The only thing good that Ubisoft has done is The Division. That's
The Division is good.
that I could think of, and maybe the Watch something, the hacking game.
Oh, I heard really mixed things about that one. I never tried it though.
Yeah.
What is that one called? Is it The Watch?
Some bullshit like that. It's so fucking forgettable that I don't even.
Man, there's an example of a trailer that made the game look so much cooler than the game actually turned out to be.
Yo, because it felt like a Grand Theft Auto where, like, if you were getting chased, you change the street lights and shit. I was like, oh, this is cool, and it just ended up being nothing that they promised.
That trailer though was badass.
Yeah.
Like the dude over there like hacking into everything, and then he's like taking cover next to the car and beating people up with his little like his baton. What did he have in that? I think he had like a police baton or something.
Y'all talking about Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. That's
yeah,
the one.
Like I'm like, damn, what is this? Dog Watch? Oh, Watch Dogs. Yeah, Watch Dog 1 was fire, but then it just got worse.
Yeah.
It got worse.
I never played it. It was always on my list, but I just never made time for it. But that trailer, dude, that trailer is one of the best trailers. You know the other one that had a really good trailer and the game turned out to not be that great?
What?
Dead Island. You remember that reverse time trailer?
Oh my god.
Fire!
That trailer gave me chills when it came out.
Yeah.
That shit was good.
There's only a few trailers that I've ever watched glued to the screen, and I was like, I need to know what happens next. Yeah, super good trailer. But unfortunately, I especially for that game, I went in so hyped and I was like, this sucks. I was like, this is not fun. I was like, this is boring.
The man spent $100. He's like, oh, I just wasted $100. Fuck.
Yeah, you get burnt out, man. You get burnt out by some of these games. They promise so much. That's why I think the rise of the indie like happened.
Some of them can pull it.
Though.
Some of them can pull it out of that tailspin, though, man. I've heard No Man's Sky might be one of the best games that people are playing right now.
Yes.
Really?
That's what they claim. They claim that all the updates they've done over the past, like, how long has it been? Like, now, like 2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
Several years? It's been several years at this point, I guess. Like, all the updates they've done, that game is one of the best, like, space experiences, multiplayer experiences that you can do right now. Don't know how accurate that is.
And the fact that there's like so many worlds, it's almost infinite.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's crazy. Like, yeah, nah, that shit's definitely wild.
But when that game came out, everyone said it might have been the worst game. That's the most overhyped game of all time. Like, there's a lot of hate. I don't know, man. It's worth revisiting some of these games once they toss these fixes in and things like that.
Like, why can't we just get it in the beginning?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I pay $60, $70 now because of PS5. Like, why can't we just get what we want in the beginning of you dropping a game? That's it.
Yeah, delay the game if you need to. Push that game. If you're gonna give me a broken game, just push it. I'll wait.
Facts. But no, now that Doe's back. Perfect timing, Doe. Yo, Doe, give me one of those topics you were saying earlier today. You was like,
put me on the spot.
Yeah, real quick. I forgot what you was telling me. Fuck.
This is putting a boy on the spot.
I'm on the spot with you.
That's a double right there. That's what every podcaster loves to hear on whenever they're recording is the double
If you can get a triple, it's like a triple rainbow. Remember that video?
The double rainbow
video? Oh my god, that shit was amazing.